Are we on? Are we on? I would say that we potentially are. Nice. Yes, yes, I hears ya. There we go. Na 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 na. Yes, yes, yes. Where's my whatsy? Show me the thing. Ah, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. There we go. Let's try that again. And go over there. Come on. Oh my god, seriously. Come on. Good thing. What do I want? Yes, show me the whatsy. Where's the thing, damn it? Uh-huh. That one there, yes. Not that, that's not what I want. Alright. Alright, now am I actually showing up on there? That's a good question. Go away. Go away. Am I there? Ah! Piss off! Oh my god. Seriously, what the hell did I do to this phone? Someone else. Shut up. Am I there? Am I there? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not too bad. Cool. It's like a weird kind of delay. Alright. That can go there, that can go there. That there? Cool. Alright. Let's see how the synchronization thing goes. That there, is that going to see it there? Cool. 1, 2, 3. That way I can check back on it and see if it's actually in the right form and whatnot. So, lucky me. I got given by a customer a Fender Hotrod Deville 410. This thing is a backbreaker. We all know that though. And just like every other single one of them out there, it's got the same sort of issues. So what I'm going to do with this one is crack it open, do some troubleshooting, check to see kind of all the original bits and bobs that are in there that are going to be causing the problems, and probably fix this thing up and put it up for sale, but not before, of course, doing all the standard upgrades and bits and bobs and stuff that'll make it more reliable and make for a far better amp. So these aren't the worst amps in the world. They're, you know, kind of okay designed all in all. Oh, but they do have cost-cutting measures in them. Oh, God. And they weigh an absolute ton, this particular one. Oy, oy. Weighs a ton. There we go. So, I need, where's my drill? Everything's gone missing. Nah, well, fine, I'll use hand tools then. That's right, let's tool that there. So, yeah, these were the 410 version, 60-watt version of the Hotrod Deluxe and similar type series, so they were pretty solid. The only kind of major things that happen with these outside of the typical low voltage supply that cooks the board and you know, the input jacks and stuff going funky is that the speakers have a propensity to go kaboom. I don't know what it is with these particular ones, but they're not exactly like underpowered, because you got 4 of them in there. Even if they were like conservatively rated at 20 watts each, they should be fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case, and they tend to have a habit of blowing up, and then like you play a note and it just sounds like crackling, noisy garbage. Just certainly not ideal. Okay. Now, one other thing that I noted as well when it did come in, because I had a bit of a quick cursory look at it, was that the tubes, one of them had like completely like flashed itself. It was like completely cactus. It was weird. It was like it had a getter on the side as well, like it was flashed on there, which potentially might indicate there's some kind of short or something like that that's gone on, or I don't know. something. It wasn't healthy. So at a minimum, it's going to need a pair of output tubes. What's kind of nice about this one is that the silk screening on the top panel is actually all there. There's a bit of corrosion, but you know, it happens with all of them. They do end up a little bit corroded over time because they're just a chrome-plated mild steel. Come on, right. Come on, you. There we go. Rear panel off. Let's pop that down there. And now we get to look at this chunky, wonderful thing internally. Oh, that's nice. There's a foot switch too. I like that. Cool. That'll actually go with it and make sure that it does the switching and whatnot for God knows what reason if you decided that you wanted to use the second channel, or even worse, the third channel. They really just were... Ugh, no thanks. That is a hard pass for me on that one. All right. Oh, yeah. That's a hefty one. Woof. Makes the entire bench go. Alright. Nice. Now, let's see what happens if I zoom in here. Remote control comes in handy, which is nice. Alright. Cool. So we can get right in there. I like that. I like that. Alright, so taking a look in here straight away, I can already tell that we've got the typical faults and issues. So this cap here on the end has completely spilled its guts. If I tilt it up that way, walk the amp back a little bit here, you can probably see there's that material just there. That is the electrolyte coming out. Now, IC caps in and of themselves aren't bad. They're not like, you know, we're not talking like Chongx or Chanhong or whatever, like random Chinese brands that are out there. They're a big, massive company. Problem is that when you're a company like Fender and you buy them in quantities of tens of thousands a month, you can turn to the company and go, cool, you make this particular tier down here, I want an even cheaper version. You know, cut 3 cents off of each one of those pieces. Makes absolutely no difference to a small guy like me or, you know, any other sort of boutique builder. But when you're a company the size of, say, Fender or, you know, Sony or Samsung or any of these guys, you cut a couple of cents off each piece of each piece on the build materials, you're going to save a lot of money. To hell with the consequences of overall liability and such. So that means that these caps, had they have just spent a couple of extra cents on them more, probably would have lasted longer. It means they get a bit of a bad rap. So these specific versions of the caps are junk. They're going to be pulled. They're going to go bye-bye, and we're going to put in some new ones, and I may very well put in some ICs in there. I've got a bunch in stock. Why? Because they're cheap and cheerful, and they actually work quite well when you don't go for the absolute cheapest, nastiest ones. So to give you an example, here we go. There's like a bucket of them that I've got here. So that there is a 22 microfarad, 500 volt jobby. I'm going to focus on it here. There we go. There we go. So unlike a good friend of the channel, Brad, my camcorder actually does focus. So I've got some of those there. I've also got, what's this? This is a 22 450. I've also got some 22 500s in the much nicer tube amp Doctor, so they're generally my preference. But I do keep the a bunch of the IC ones around just because some people want to save, you know, a couple of bucks on the repair that they can. Okay, cool. So we'll go with the sort of somewhat cheaper options. So that's an obvious one there. And if I grab the old tubes, which are the next room over, where'd I put them? I know they're here somewhere. No. Nope, not there, not there. Are they there? No. Where did I put them? I know they're around because I had them. Or did I throw them out already? Did I? No, they're there. Cool. Ugh. There we go. The joys of being autistic and having ADHD. I forget where everything is constantly, even if it's right in front of me. So these are the original tubes that came with it, which would also probably indicate roughly when they were made. So 05, 01, so that's 2001. You don't want them that color. When they're that color, that means that they're old, they're cooked, they're pretty well cactus. That side's completely missing, and this is what I was talking about before, where the tube has gone so bad that it's actually stained the inside of the glass there. So if I pull that up thusly, you can see nice and clear on that side, but over this side as we approach, it's all been deposited on the inside of the envelope. That means that's gone bad. That's bye-bye. So we'll get rid of that. Whilst I'm here, I'm just checking out the sockets underneath to see if there's any arcing or anything going on there. Thankfully, there doesn't appear to be. We've got left and right sockets that appear quite clean. There's no charring, no burning, nothing like that on there. Oh, I'll give these a bit of a pull as well. So these are original groove tubes, yep, 0501. So, you know, this amp is pretty well all original. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Depends on kind of your view on it. So that would mean this is the version 2 of the schematic. Pull that one out there. How's that look? Yeah, looks about the same as every other one. Oh, 0412. So this one has been replaced at some point. So maybe it had a bad tube or some such in the past. The customer did say when he dropped it off that he bought it second hand. So he had it for a number of years and that. So it's probably been repaired at some point. 0412, yeah. So the first 2 preamp tubes have been replaced. Stay. Whereas the other ones look like they're all original. Yep, 0501. Unless I'm getting the date codes wrong. Pretty sure it's month, year. Let me check that. Wait a minute. What is it? Sovtech tube date codes. No, the first 2 is the year. Right, there we go. So, yeah, no, they are the same year then. So that would mean that they're 04, 05, around that sort of ballpark. Yeah, 05 first month. Yep, that makes more sense now. Ignore my first half rantings there. It has been a very, very long year already, even though we're only, what, 15 hours into it? It's going to be a long year. Looking at the board, though, it's kind of nice that the low voltage supply here isn't cooked. That is kind of odd. Normally, this whole section of the board, it's like cactus, crispy, bad, in a really, really bad state. But this one seems to somehow have avoided it. I swear, this is just absolutely my luck when it comes to repairs that have, you know, been picked up cheap or been given to me for nothing, that my job might actually be a little bit easier. This doesn't look like it's become cactus from heat-related issues. And if I grab another board from down here on the shelf, oh, there we go. This is a CPU board from a Korg Poly6 that I picked up from a hock shop, or as the US guys would say, a pawn store. Picked it up for the princely sum of $300 dues, and what normally goes wrong with these is that the battery that's on there is a rechargeable NiCad type. You don't use them, you don't charge them up enough, or you keep recharging them and they just get old and they spill their guts. So you end up with this lovely basic solution that goes all over the boards, and it just absolutely decimates the traces. So there's actually companies out there like Synthtronics in Germany and Kiwi Technics in New Zealand that do replacement boards for these entirely because it's just so common. Spin a new board, replace it. This one though, I only have a couple of bad traces down in this section and one bad 7.4 LS08 quad AND gate that went bad. Brilliant. Means I can actually just fix up those traces, put in a new logic gate in there. It should be good to go because the rest of it works well, so that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to sort that out in a future video or stream or something, or I don't know. Depends on how I go for time. Alright, so they're kind of like the obvious faults that come up. I'll have to check these speakers as well and see kind of what's going on there, make sure they're in good condition. The soldering actually on the tabs from the factory isn't great. Where they pass through the eyelets here looks kind of pretty mediocre in its entirety, which is unfortunate. Oh well. I'm not even going to bother turning this on. There's no point in turning it on while I know that these caps are bad. So we'll pull the board out. We'll get those caps replaced out and make sure that I've got those on hand. So that's what was it, 47. So 47, 122s. So let me check my magic parts piles. Actually got to order some more parts because it's the new year and that, and it's time for a new bit of a top-up. No, that one there. Hey, there we go. Yes. Okay. That one can go there. Cool. Mamma mia. Okay, so. Alright, I got axials. I ain't got no radials. Wait, no, I got radials, not axials. Duh. Brain work, do the right thing. Okay. So I got those, I got that. But I don't have big chunky boys, the 100s, do I? That's annoying. Alright, so I got 47s in spades. 47, 33. All those ones. Oh, come here. And I got big old 220s. So 220, 220, 220, 220. Nah. Not in the mood for modifying it, so I'll have to place an order for some more of those caps, unless I've actually got a box here of some more caps I've got to sort out. What's that? 100 microfarad but a 160, so they're for bias supplies. 50 by 50 at 500 can caps. Did I really use up all of my hundreds? Huh. Oh, damn. Okay. Huh. That's annoying. Unless, wait. Actually, that might be my last of them there, because the... Where is it? I know you're there. Come on. Give me those things. Because I have an amp in the refurbished pile that's still got to be dealt with. Shop stock. Yeah, I can just hang there. No, that's not going to do it. Okay, go up there. Stay. Alright. Let me see whether I have them for that amp, because I think that one used a pair of hundreds. I can put that one aside just so I could sort it out. Did I put caps in the back here? I did not. Right. Okay, never mind. Damn. Okay. Well, I'm not sorting that out today then. I will have to get some caps. Probably tomorrow, actually. I'll just pick them up from Wes. That'll probably be the easiest thing, because I got all the other ones on hand. I've got all the other components. So I've got the resistors, I've got the Zeners. They're all common bits and bobs. But I don't have those hundreds. The 100 at 500. They're knobs. I don't want those. Not them. Here in this. 220 at 420. Nope. Why do I have so many screws in that? Makes no sense. Ah well. That's a no on that front there then. Alright, so I'm gonna have to get those out, get those sorted. I just noticed this actually has a different input jack versus some of the later ones. So this has like the low profile Neutrik style instead of the sort of box type ones they normally have. So it's still got the box type ones up here on the the effects loop. Let's zoom out a wee bit. Where's my remote? There it is. Doop. There, so still got the box type ones there, but over this side we got like the different type. So they're a little bit harder wearing. They're kind of cool. I've actually got some of those in stock, so I might see how they are. If those jacks are okay, we'll leave them in place potentially, because they are closer to the board. So I don't know if I'll be able to quite fit a in their metal frame switchcraft jack. Okay, let's get this hefty thing up on its arse end and get that board out. Not even out necessarily, just have to actually flip it on its derriere. But that still takes time and effort. Alright, 1, 2, alley-oop. Oh man. Oh. Yes, shut up. Nobody cares. Multimeters are beeping at me. Alright, cool. Sweet. All right. Need my flathead. There we go. Flathead to remove those. Na 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 na. Oh, hey, there's people watching. Yay! Let's get rid of top chat. Not that anyone's chatting anyway. If there's anybody watching, say hello in chat. Come on. Do it. Ugh. Oh, God. Sticky, sticky, sticky. That goes there. On, in we go. That goes there, that goes there. That goes there, that goes there. When you've done as many of these things as I have, it kind of becomes like almost second nature. You can kind of like switch your brain off and just go about, which is why it's kind of like some of the few repairs where we can go, all right, here's a rough idea of pricing because it's been done. Especially when someone comes along and they just want the amp made better. You can usually make them better by going through and doing the stuff that I'm going to do to this one. So swapping out the caps for better quality ones, making sure that the input jack and similar is in a good state. Oh, that's jammed right on. There we go. That's it. Yeah, so good quality jacks and that, getting those resistors off the board. Once all that's done, you've got a good, solid, reliable amp. Take it out, take it gigging, do all that. So people come in and they'll bring these. Obviously, the Hotrod Deluxe is way more common, and the Blues Junior. So the Blues Junior is pretty solid. Do a couple little tweaks to it, make it better quality, and then there's a reason why they're one of the most popular selling amps, other than the price point and the fact that Fender has pretty much every dealer network out there you can imagine. Except for us, we don't sell Fender. Not interested in it. Sorry. Customers ask for their products. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't have them, because between how they treat their dealers and the overall lack of quality that they've got nowadays for their products, I just can't. I can't justify it. All right, that goes there. That goes there. That one there. All right, take that off too. Now, the fun part is as well, having to do this, is I'm waiting on a new replacement element for my old trusty, old faithful Hacko 701. So my 701 is like a 30-odd-year-old desoldering station that I got for next to nothing many years ago from a hock shop. I bought it and I noticed that the element, the heating element, sorry, the tip on the soldering iron was delaminated. So over time, when they get old and they get too hot, there's a little like sheath inside of the tip, and I know, great visual on that, but it loosens around there, so there's no heat transfer because they're not actually making contact. So what I did was, I was like, oh, it sat here for ages, oh, that's not working, I have to fix it, and that, can you do me a deal on it? So he did it for me for $120, which, as someone who at that time hadn't worked for 2 years and was just kind of getting into doing repairs and studying, electronic engineering at TAFE, was a godsend. So I picked it up, got a new tip for it, did the desoldering side of it as well, cleaned it, serviced it, and it was brilliant. Did exactly what I wanted it to do, and it has served me well since I started this business 6 years ago. And now, unfortunately, the element on it has become blocked on the desoldering side, which is a common thing to happen over time. They just get old and blocked up and stuff in there, and you can't really clear it out. So you got to get a new element. They've been discontinued now, and there's no stock in Australia. And I'm not going to trust some dodgy secondhand place on eBay or such. Thankfully, the Kiwis over across the ditch happen to have some there at their local distributor. So I bought 2 of them from there. That should at least get me through, hopefully, until the end of the year. I'll have a bit more cash to be able to replace it with one of the new ones. Because the good thing about Hacko is that they do support their products for yonks. Like, I'm talking, 20, 30 odd plus years. In some instances, they'll keep them going. Oh, hello. Okay, that also would probably be explaining why we've got ourselves some issues with the, the tubes going thermonuclear. It's going to be very hard to see, so what I'm going to end up doing is actually just getting a photo of it and putting it up online somewhere. But the tube sockets on both of the output tubes have big, massive cracks going around the pins. So that's going to be causing some intermittency and various other issues. Yeah, so if there's, especially if there's a loss of heater current or ground connection or grid connection too. Grid connection goes bad and oh boy. Basically tube's just going to go into complete runaway. Another thing as well is somebody has been in here previously and tried to take out the PCB there and failed spectacularly in removing those screws. So they've completely stripped out the heads of them. Well done. Yay. Oh well, whatever. Alright. Let's get us out some of these. Screw, screw, screw. So a good thing about these amps versus, say for example, a Mesa, which of course I happen to have a, Mesa down the bottom, Mesa 525 that needs repair. These, you can actually kind of find wherever these is on the board. It's laid out in a way that's semi-logical, and you've actually got board designators on there, so I can tell where, like, you know, D7 is on the board, not have to try and guess it and follow where the traces might be. So that's a nice little thing. It'd be nice if they did do a double-sided through-hole plated board, because that would make these things far more reliable yet again. Because unfortunately, being a single-sided board with the relatively weak traces they have on them, they end up you heat them up, you try to remove components, and they'll just delaminate. Or when you've got the low voltage supply doing its thing and heating up the board so much, the traces will just peel off the board and go bad. Okay, come on, out we come. Squish it down. There we go. Come on, right, come on you. That goes that way. I see you. Come on. Down we go. Come on. Ugh, annoying. Having to finagle these boards out is a nightmare, because it's just like, just a couple of millimeters. Just a couple of millimeters extra. That's all you need. Just a little bit more clearance, but everything gets in the way. Come on. Back that way. And then, there we go. Come on. You, no. Of course you're going to make me undo these cables, you bastard. Well. Win some, lose some. Some of the other ones, especially like the Hotrod Deluxe and that, you can just go, yep, sweet. Oh wait, might. Nah. How annoying. It's like 3 millimeters. That's all I needed. 3 millimeters of extra clearance I could have gotten out. That's a new. Okay. No. Get it out there, but that midsection there, that bunch of things. Actually, let me just cut that cable tie. There we go. Okay. That one there. That goes off. That one goes off there too. Ow! It's random shaving of metal in my bloody hand. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Alright. So we got that there. Clip that one out of the way as well. See if we can't get a little bit more purchase on it. Just a wee bit. Just a tiny bit. Come on. Okay, if that can hide back that way, that'd be nice. Come on. Oh, there we go. Whew. Got it. Got it. I gotta say, that is quite nice. That is actually in pretty good condition. There's no heat damage or anything on the underside of this board. Doesn't look like anyone's actually been in there and butchered it or anything. Sweet. I like that. That is always a big, big plus. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip out these capacitors. It's honestly the easiest way just to get rid of them. Clip them out. Yes, you can go away too. That's a stupid way of connecting on a bloody, there's a ground signal? I don't know. So, there we go. Alright. Let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that. Yeah, that one's already been cut. Did I cut it? Probably. Alright, that one there. And then we go down to the bottom here, and here, and here. That one, and come on. That one. There we go. Bit of a twist. A bit of a twist. Come on. Bit of a twist. Another one there. Now, trying to do this whilst avoiding getting stabbed in the fingers by the protruding little ends. Let's stack caps. No, I'm not open today. It is New Year's Day. The doors are closed. Nobody's open. I'm the only person who's stupid enough to be open the other days that I was open. All right, so we can see there that is the look of a very obliterated cap. Let's see, we can zoom it in. Go away, not listening. There we go. Right in there. Over this way. There. You've seen it before. If you've seen any channel like mine, like Brad from Brad's Guitar Garage, or say for example, obviously Lyle at Psionic Audio, you've seen us 1,000,001 times talk about these caps. They always end up going like that. So that one's the worst by far. This one looks okay, but looks can be deceiving. This one is also in okay condition. This one, not so much. So that one started splooging out the end as well. This one looks pretty dry, which is nice. And then that one also looks pretty dry. Cool. Well, actually, maybe this has been recapped at some point. Huh. Just noticed what brand those caps are. Solly. Yeah, I've heard of them. That's, oh! I recognize that, print type. That's the same print type as on the, Vatco caps. So that might actually be who's making the caps for Vatco. Brad, I doubt you're watching, but I'm going to let you know about that one, because that's actually, that might solve that mystery, because they won't tell us who makes the caps for them. Let's go back wide again. Those can go in the bin. Don't care about them. I don't know why they're trying to still call. It's a day that we are closed. It's a public holiday. We are not open today. We are gone. Okay, there we go. Time for razor. Cool. Single-sided razor. I love that. And that will allow me to scrape off the old Scholastic on the board, because we need to put some new stuff down. Oh, itchy nose. Okay, let's get in here. Actually, first things first, remove the old legs. Ugh. It has been a long, long, long year. I know it's only the first day in, but, you know. Alrighty. Let's get some good old-fashioned solder. Get some solder, get my desoldering braid, and my solder sucker. We're going to do it like a hobbyist. But a hobbyist that's at least switched on. There we go. Wait for my iron to heat up. So how are you doing today? All 3 people that are watching. Na 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 da 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 da. It's kind of funny when I randomly get a Wiggles melody stuck in my head, because Murray, the red Wiggle, lives around this area and is always constantly on the street here. Haven't had a chance to actually have a chat with him though, and he's not popped into my shop, so I need to up my game. Because I would be absolutely, like, I'd love to actually sit down and have a chat with him about the equipment that they use to make the Wiggles. You know, it's like, are they sitting there and agonizing over every little tonal detail for songs like Hot Potato? Oh, no, mate. I've got to use the 63 Strat for this one. I've got to use the Klon. That's got to go into the Dumble. You know, how else are the kids going to really enjoy the song unless the tone's there? that is honestly kind of what I think of when I see a lot of these guys online talking about like the absolute intricacies of every little element of their tone. Oh, you know, it's this. Oh, I've got to really feel it, and I've got to, you know, it's got to be the way it is. You know, makes all the difference. So it's like, well, you know, you can probably apply the same thing as well to, you know, the Wiggles. Oh, but it's different because they're just kids. They you know, they won't appreciate it. Neither's the drunken idiot on the other side of the fence there who's there watching you play, you know, your covers set yet again. You know, nobody actually really cares. You know, a lot of these sort of classic musicians that will just use whatever's on hand, and they'll do good at what they do because, you know, they know the equipment, they know what to expect, and they've got their own particular sound and way of doing things. That one there can come out. Apply some new solder so the old solder can say goodbye. Yep. And because I've cut it on the other side, it's far easier to just allow it to sort of either come through on this side if I need to without tearing out the trace, because like I said, these are a very weak, very weak little trace, unfortunately, because they're like 1 ounce copper. It's like nowhere near enough. Ideally, they'd be using, like I said, through-hole plated, double-sided boards with like 2 ounce copper. That ain't going nowhere. You know, you can reheat those a couple of times over and change out components, and they will last many, many years. Alas, they shan't do that. Still, better than Mesa. We all know that. That goes there. Even some of the stuff from like the 80s isn't too bad. There's a couple of things I'm working on at the moment. Some synths and an old Lexicon PCM 70. And, you know, they're through-hole plated, double-sided boards, and they were laid out in the very, very early days of doing it all digitally in a, you know, in a computer. You know, using like an old, probably like an IBM like a XT or, you know, 386 or some such, depending on kind of when it was done. Meanwhile, someone like Mesa, pretty sure was still using Letraset all the way up until like 2000, if not later. Like all of their boards, they all look like that. They've all got that little curvy thing. They've got pads that are just way too small, nowhere near large enough. But then some of the other pads have massive holes and like no pad around them, so just huge holes for components that will probably fall through them. Please, make it make sense. It makes no sense. It hurts my head. At least in my case, being, you know, small comparative to some of the other guys out there who do this, I don't have to quite deal with as many people turning around saying, but I've owned this amp for 25 years and it's never given me any headache, and I don't believe you. Yes, because much like the 79-year-old woman who's been driving longer than her mechanic, I'd say that the specific technical knowledge of the person on the other side fixing things might be a little bit greater than the person using one or two items, you know. People never think about that. That goes there, that goes there. Nice. What is it? I got that one there. Next one over. Alright. Stay. So, we got people watching. Say hello. Use the chat function. Say hello to me. Leave me a message. Let me know that it's not just random bots watching. I get enough of those over on Twitter. I'll be in the cold, hard ground before I recognize Missouri as a state. Wait, I didn't call it X. It's so dumb. Ugh. The worst part is that whole tech bro thing and whatnot is starting to really infiltrate a lot of the musical instrument sphere. It is not pleasant. You know, we don't need like instruments as a service, because that would suck majorly. I mean, certain things, yeah, you can kind of like get away with going, all right, you know what, we'll make it as a subscription-based thing because, you know, there'll always be new updates and whatnot. But it'd be nice to be able to get off it at some point and go, you know what, I want to buy this version, I'll just keep using it. Fair enough, they'll get a couple of years in and then they'll stop supporting it because, you know, obviously, you know, you can only support it for so long. For example, Arturia. Arturia bring out a new version of V Collection like every 12 months, if not less. I'm running Arturia V Collection 8. V Collection 8 does what I need. I don't need 10, but I own it outright, so I can always jump on and use it, at least until they go and decide they're going to rip that out from underneath us and goes, oh, sorry, we're not supporting it anymore. Like there's an app that I use on iPhone for videography called Filmic Pro. And they had a model where you bought your copy and it was a lifetime perpetual license. Brilliant. Then they changed it. They got rid of the perpetual license and turned it over to a software as a service, which was annoying because we all bought our thing and it was like, well, we bought it, we wanted all of our features, and now you're telling us that we have to keep paying it. It was such a huge backlash in that they implemented a different version of the software called Filmic Legacy, which was perpetual license and whatnot, as the old version was, which is what I use now. And if you want to do anything else with it, you got to upgrade. And every 5 minutes are asking, oh, would you like to upgrade to the new version and pay a subscription fee? No, I would not. I am perfectly fine using the version that I have for all these years that unfortunately you no longer update because, you want to make more money perpetually. Ugh, it's annoying. That's what I like about Reaper. Reaper's great for that because Reaper, you buy your license and they say to you straight up, you'll get this version, the next version, and the version after, and that's how long your license will go for. Brilliant. That makes sense. Here's something we'll cover you for this many years. Once you're beyond that, you'll either have to buy another version of it or just keep using the version that you've got, and you'll have to basically sort of like if it ages out, then kind of that's it. But you own it. That's it. That makes so much more sense. It's better for the consumer. And I'm sure for the bottom line, for most companies, it's perfectly fine because not every company needs to make all of the money. Sometimes it's okay to make some of the money. Man, I don't know what it is about this board, but it's really getting caught on the razor this time. Ugh. Alright, I can go there. Come on. I need to get rid of this. Ugh, come on. I said come on. Make sure that this what's here is all gone. Get rid of the old silicon so the new stuff can stick to the board. Make sure not to accidentally cut myself because these things are bloody sharp. Okay, I can go there. Go on. Oi. Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh. Yeah, ASMR sounds of someone bending in various awkward positions to get to silicon on a PCB with a razor blade. Absolutely pleasant, I tells you. Absolutely pleasant. Because if you don't go on steep of enough angle, then you end up gouging at the board. It's not ideal. There we go. So this section, simple, I can actually get in there because I've got room. And the other versions of the amp, the Hotrod Deluxe and similar, there's more room on there because there's fewer pads populated in that area. This one got the full complement, all of them, all the caps in there. And jumpers and stuff, so can't just like go in sideways nice and easily. Come on, there we go. There we go. Ugh. This particular silicon is not coming off as easy as some of the others. Weird. Alright. That'll do. Alright. So I've gotten rid of them. I'm going to get those 330 ohms off the board as well, because they suck. Where are you? There you are. All the way down there. Okay. That one can come out there, and there, and there, and there. Nice. A little bit of this stuff here. Nice thing about solder wick, solder braid, solder, as the Seppos and Canucks would say, is that it also acts like a heat sink. So it is pulling up the material, but it's also spreading some of that thermal mass outwards. That's why you got to have a good quality soldering iron to actually use it. Because if you don't, it won't actually wick up the solder very well. It'll kind of get stuck to the board instead. Come on. Yes, I see you there. Ow. Yes, it gets very, very hot. There we go. Alright, cool. And so if I cut it from the opposite side, I should be able to push those legs through without damaging the board. Because that's the last thing I would like to do. There we go. That can go there and there. Cool. Excellent. Pull out a pair of those resistors thusly. There we go, right there. 390. I mean, they're not the worst ones in the world. They've actually got like the little standoffy bits on the body. But the problem is that that's just, it's not enough. It's still going to have too much heat go through the board. Ideally what you want is you want them entirely off the board rather than just kind of sitting against it. So where are they? Where's my 330s? There we go. 472K6, no. Not them, not them. That's 10 watt, not 10 watt. Not those, they're too big. 470. Nope, that's 860. Why do I have 860 ohms? That's weird. Huh. Well, that's bloody annoying. Got 1Ks, but man, it's been a while. Okay, I'm gonna have to order some more parts then. I'll have to get some 390s as well, because apparently I've run out of 330s. Huh. Bugger. Damn. Oh. Okay. 1N5, 3, 5, 8s. Yes, I've got those. I should. At least I should. 5, 3, 5, 8s. They're over there, aren't they? Let me rummage through my parts bins over here, because I need to organise all of my parts. I've got way too many everywhere. Oh wait, here we go. Got more resistors over here, that's right. What's that? That's 390. 1K. Standoffs. Standoffs. 100K. 10K. 10K. Yeah. Damn. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to get some more of them. How annoying. How annoying indeed. Alright, let's check the diodes. 1N5358. Not those, not those, not them. Not that. Not those, not those. Not those, not that. Not them. Not those. Nope. Nope. What that? Oh, what even is that? I can't tell what that is. LM3700. Yeah. It's an OTA for filters. Well, damn. Okay. I have misplaced my 1N5358s. That's annoying. Bugger. Bugger. Well, let's see. What have I got down here? Oh, what have I got in my diodes down here? Diodes, not those. Yes, I don't care. No, I want that. That one there. Right. 5 volt. No, 20 volt. Why do I have 24 volts? Oh, yeah. Up here. I know they're around somewhere. Where did I put them? Oh, man. I'm going to go through all my parts. I've got to organize and sort my parts out properly. All right. Yes. Okay, so those ones there. That one there. Okay. Let's remove that one. And that one. Okay. A bit of solder wick here. Just like so. And that one as well. Nice. Okay. Oh, itchy. That one there, and then this one over here. Okay. And that one. There we go. Ooh, 5 viewers. Go me. So who's watching? Who's here? Sound off in the comments. Come on. Be the first to leave a comment. Don't be shy. Okay. So they're removed. That's all good. So once I grab parts tomorrow, so I'll grab the spare capacitors, I'll grab those resistors, and I'll also grab the diodes, those things, Zeners specifically. Once I do, then I'll use this wonderful tool to make them stand off. So this is a lead forming tool, and what it actually does is if I grab, for example, a big chunky resistor, yep, like this. Say, for example, I was going to put this on an amp and I wanted it off the board. Let me zoom in right there like that. And what I do is once I've got my legs bent, I've got my spacing all sorted, and what I can do is I can take this, make sure it's pointing the right direction, put it in thusly, give it a squeeze, and now what I've got is some nicely formed legs. So what that'll actually do is once that's on the board, it's going to provide mechanical connection. You push it all the way down. Once it's through on the other side, you splay out the legs like normal, solder it in place, and that way it's not just the solder resisting the push through that way, all right? Now that's preventing it. So that's sitting on the board and providing that mechanical connection. May not seem like much, may not seem like anything, especially given how small and light these components are, but when you vibrate them and shake them enough, it does eventually lead to cracking and damage. There's like an interesting video that Dave Jones from the EV blog did where he took some of those like small devices, like TO3, no, what's he, TO220 package, like regulators, and put them on a Vera board and put it on a rig designed to shake them, and sure enough, they snapped. You get that right point and it breaks those actual solder joints underneath, so you've got no mechanical connection there anymore. Alright, let's flip over there. There we go. Alright, so I've got that sorted. I'm going to pull that, I'm going to also go pull this board underneath too, because I want to fix up those solder joints. They're kind of shot. Out we come. Let's go wider. Go wide, come on, go wide. Go long. There we go. Now you can see more of the bench. You can even see some of my wonderful belly. Okay, so now I'm gonna go that side there. These are my grippy jobbies. No. Alright, so I'm gonna have to use a stumpy tool or something. Where's my right angle one? It's hiding over there, isn't it? I don't know. I could probably use that. Oh, which one? Mamma mia. And not that one, not that one. What can I use? I'll try that. That might work. Nope. But if I had a super long one, that would. That's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb indeed. Where is it? I did have the super long one here somewhere. Where is it? No. Nope. Ah, damn it. Damn it! Not those, not those. Alright. No. Okay, so. Get out of the way, that can go that way. That can hang up back on there. That can go in the bin, so can that. Now, let's reach behind here to the other tools. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a ton. That's so damn heavy. Seriously. Okay. There is. There's the stumpy one. There you are. Stumpy driver. It was around somewhere. I'm really bad with organizing stuff. Absolutely terrible. So I can manage to lose things that are directly in front of me. I completely lack the ability to actually organize stuff. Cool, there we go. Alright, so now I should be able to get down in there and actually... There we go. Nice. Come on. You mofo. Oh, is that like... Oh, that is fully stripped out. Jesus. Okay. So someone's gotten in here previously, had no idea what the hell they were doing, and has managed to strip out what's in here. God damn it. That is so annoying. Okay, let's see if I can get in here and actually undo that mess. There we go. Bleep. Ow. Nah. Damn it. Ugh. Nothing is ever going to be easy. It's always going to be a challenge. But yeah. Okay, so we definitely have. There we go. Are these actually stainless steel screws? No, because they'd be harder if they were. Come on. There we go. Alright. So I've got those ones. This one out as well. That's out. That one there as well. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I've got that one screw in the center, which I'm going to have to use the grippers. If ever you work with screws or anything like that regularly, grab yourself a pair. Ow! Damn it! They are very sharp. They will grab. They're hardened steel. These ones in particular are Fujiya brand, SP26-175, made in Japan. But what's great about them is that you've got multiple axes of gripping bits. So, for example, you see on the front there, you can grab them down the front. You can also grab them sideways. We rotate them that way. So you got that section, then you got that one for the big screws. So in this instance, I'm going to have to go in on a sideways angle because this person has stripped out the screw here pretty badly. There we go. Just needed enough just to be able to crack it, because once I've got it cracked, then even if it's stripped out, I can get the rest of it out. There we go. Oh, damn. There we go. Ugh, that's terrible. Look at that. Let's zoom right in on this bad boy. Keep going. Need to just fix it, make the zoom go quicker. Look at that. Right in there. So yeah, there is nothing left of that head. Yeah, so that might explain why whoever worked on it previously either didn't want to continue on or gave up or whatever. But yeah, they've stripped those out, so well done. I'll have to grab some more of those screws there. I don't think these are stainless steel, but they might be. I don't know. Let's see. Are they magnetic? Yeah, slightly magnetic, so slightly as opposed to fully magnetic. And we go back out again. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, let me change over that thing so I can get the zoom speed. No, give me the thing. Zooms too slowly. Grip zoom speed. Yes, okay, cool. Not that one, I want the other one. And zoom speed level. Fast. Yes, just go up, would ya? Yeah, I know. It's fine. I don't care if it's doing that. That's better. Can't hear it anyway. Cool. That works. Much better. Much, much better indeed. Alright. So if I get these screws out here, I'll be able to get this board out. So having a good nailed shaft comes in handy. Actually, I tell you what, I wouldn't mind one of those LTT little mini screwdrivers. They look pretty damn good. Like the full-size one, it looks good too, but that's because I really do like a knurled shaft for finger tightening. Like one of my favorite screwdrivers. I have two of them. I have the number 1 and number 2. Is this? This is not a Phillips head. This is actually a JIS driver, very similar to Phillips head. So you look at the tip there. It's kind of comparable to a Phillips head, but a slightly different profile. It's not actually as conical on the way that the fluting is done. But what's nice about this one too is that it's actually got ridges on it. Whoop! Come hither. There. It's actually got ridges on it designed to grip really, really sort of stubborn screws and stuff. So you see those there? If there's a screw that's like really, really held them tight, that can kind of help grab them, get them off. This set was sold for doing like bikes and cars and stuff because Japanese cars and bikes use JIS screws. But they're found on a lot of Japanese guitars. You know, the pickguard screws on like Ibanez's and similar. If you see them, they got a little dot off one side there, like in between two of the little cutaways. That's a JIS screw. So that's why you find maybe sometimes you use a Phillips head and it jumps out. But they work quite well on screws that are a little bit kind of stripped out as well. But back to what I was saying with this is that the reason I like this is it's got that really nice knurling there. So while I'm like tightening a pickguard screw, I can just do it with my fingers, and I can get enough tightness on there without stripping out the wood. Which works quite well. Works quite well indeed. Okay, got that one out, this one here. Keep going, keep going. That one, get back there, you. Hiding in the corner. The annoying thing about these amps is that the inside of the chassis is kind of sharp edges, so you got to watch out where you stick your arm. Stick your arm in the wrong spot, you know, with a lovely little slice across it. It's not ideal because they get itchy as hell. Yeah, you're probably not going to kill yourself on them, but I'm going to feel damn itchy for the next couple of days while it all heals. Yep, there goes the coppers again, going past. Because yes, it is New Year's Day, the shop is shut, and I'm just here in the shop, doing my thing. Not much else to do, the missus is working today, so I'm going to get here and fiddle with some projects and that. Be back open again tomorrow doing the thing, and won't see too many customers in because it's a very, very quiet time of year now, even though normally it's like our busiest, but it has been an abnormal economic period to say the least, so it'll just be a lot of repairs. fixing things, getting it sorted. Things have been traded in, stuff that we've gotten from places overseas, especially Japan. I'll get it all prepped and ready for sale, and then we'll put it up for sale. Actually, speaking of, I got to actually measure up the weight of the Casio CZ5000 I've got in stock, so I can potentially ship it to a customer over across the ditch in New Zealand. Or New Zealand. Oh, I haven't been in New Zealand in over 20 years. Last time I was there was when I lived there. Went to high school there for 3 years. That's actually how I picked up the guitar. Went to Murray's Bay Intermediate School for a year, got put up a year, and then went to Waitakere College out in the west side. That was good. I got to learn a lot about guitar and music and stuff, and, you know, got exposed to various musical and cultural things. It was great. That was brilliant. Alright, get those screws out from underneath for those sockets. Come on. Because that's, yeah, that's right. That's in that. Okay. Alright. Come on. Oh, you mofo. There we go. Is it? Let go. Come on. Oh my god, seriously. That's annoying. Right. So it's on there, but it's... Ah, you mofo. Alright. Stay. Get rid of these bloody screws on the underside of these sockets. Come on. There we go. Alright, got that there, got that there. Now we're looking over here. There we go. 4 people. Oh. There we go. Come on. No, I said, go on, you bastard. There we go. That's better. Wait. There we go. Okay. Come here, you. There we go. Screw goes in there. Oh, he knows. Okay, so that one's done, that one's done. Flip it around the other way, thank you. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. That one there's out, that one there's out. Go. No. I said other way around, thank you. Oh, was that right? There we go. There we go. No, 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 no. Wait. There we go. Oh, dusty, 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 dusty. Actually, yeah, there's something I did forget to do. I need to go to that. Come on. Copy link. There we go. Would help if I actually shared things, huh? Oh man, I'm really having difficulty spelling today. New Year's Day. No, New Year's Day. Thank you. That's better. Oh, itchy nose. Yes, yes, just publish it. That's fine. Good. Oh, somebody wants to ask about buying a thing from us. Cool. Alrighty. So that's all good there. That's fine. Let's get those out. Okay, there's a bit of a screamy sort of noise there. Gotta get that one out too. All right. Come on. Come on. Go. push it until it goes crack. You mofo. That is going to be a headache to get to. I need something longer. Where's my longer screwdriver? There's my longer. Ow! Shut up. I know it's here somewhere. Where to put it? No, no, no. No, I got tea, that's right. Coffee, nectar of the gods. Okay. Just need that little bit longer, you bastard. Where is my other one? No, on the other size. No. Oh, there we go. There we go. No, that's the wrong function bit. Oh wait, there we go. That one. Haha. Success. No, too much. Because that's going to be... Ah, that is frustrating. Slightly too long there, slightly too short there. But if it just gets it out of the way, just... There we go, that's better. There we go. Whew. Got there in the end. Oof. Nice. All right. That one there. Alrighty. That one, that one, that one, and this one. Cool. Let us free the board. Come on. Alright. Come hither. I said come here. There we go. There explodes. Cool. Okay. So just looking at the underside of the board here. The tube socket board. So it looks in good condition, which is nice. It's just those bad solder joints on the underside. So what I'm going to have to do then is sort them out. Actually, yeah, no wonder everybody came loose. I was loose. That'd do it. Alright, cool. So we're looking good on that side. Let's jump in there and solder, resolder up those sockets. Want to make sure there wasn't anything kind of hiding sinister under there, given those screws were kind of butchered. Come on. This thing, are we? Yes, we are. Alright, here we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got to put them in a very specific order. If you don't, then they get caught. Alright. Cool. Okay. To have some solder and to avoid all of the wiring, because I don't want to melt it. That goes there. A little bit of fresh solder. Just get rid of those socket issues. That's nicer. Much better. There we go. So introducing the new solder, not only is it obviously, you know, adding new solder to it, but what it's doing as well is it's got flux in there. So that flux is cleaning off Any old sort of corrosion and residue and gunk in that. Nice. That is a far happier looking socket. So it should hopefully deal with any intermittency issues that might have been there, that might have caused that initial failure of those tubes, and especially that one that like evaporated half of its you know, elements inside. That one there. There we go, that one there too, and there. Itchy. Itchy nose. That one there. I have a feeling this week is going to be as quiet as it was last week, so probably just work on various repairs and stuff here in the shop. Sort of got a couple of fret dressers to deal with, some basic setups, nothing really kind of crazy. Pair of nuts for a pair of basses that are getting ready for sale. So one's a GNL L2000. Had to replace the truss rod nut on that as well, because the original one was stripped out and was seized in there. So I had to use an extractor set to get that out. Got that one out, simple enough. Now I'm just going to finish up the new nut for it. And the next thing will be an AVRI 62 jazz bass, which is kind of a nice bit of kit, that one. Yeah, that one also needs a new nut because the original Corian one has split right in half. And you can't exactly sell the bass like that unless you want to get next to no money for it. And then, as well, I've got a plethora of Aussie-made amps. The gentleman's clearing out his collection after many years, and he has a lot of them. So they've been entrusted to us to consign and sell. A couple of them aren't in the greatest of shape, so going to do a bit of work to them and prep them up for sale. So, yeah, got to deal with some issues with tremolo circuits not working the way they should. One of them appears to have blown speakers, so not much I can really do about that unless I want to try and track down some 12-inch old Aussie speakers or put in something in there. I might have some speakers in my parts bins. Yeah, if I do that, yeah, might be able to do it. But he's very reasonable about the price he wants, which is nice. So he doesn't want like megabucks for them. He wants just to put them out there, find them a good new home. So it's good, because the reality is Aussie amps, whilst they're kind of cool and they have a bit of niche appeal to certain people, they weren't great. They don't sound all too well most of the time, and they're built pretty poorly. We had this weird obsession with chipboard. Everyone else around the world was using plywood or lumberboard or something like that. We used chipboard. The same thing you make TVs out of. We were making guitar amp cabinets out of it. The end result was they all fell apart. Every single one of them. Hey, Alan McDonald. Hello, and welcome to being the first comment on here. Thank you much, Lee. It is always enjoyable as well. Happy New Year to yourself as well. I'm just here working because I never stop working. I cannot. I shall continue working non-stop. Okay, let's get rid of that, because that's a bit precarious, actually. Just found a near short on the board from factory. Like two legs of components bent over towards each other, and they're like fraction of a millimeter away from touching each other. Woohoo! That's wild. Okay, let's get rid of that. Wait, let's not clip myself in the eyeball. Got a couple of crappy solder joints down here too. Let's fix those up, because bad solder joints are going to mean for a bad time. Okay, that's better. Yep, I've got any other crack solder joints while I'm here anyway. No, they look fine. That's okay. They're okay. Surprisingly, they're fine. They're okay. overall, I must say I'm rather surprised by this amp. It hasn't been as trashed as some of the others I've dealt with over the years. It's nice. Hey, Jim Cox, hello, hello. And a Happy New Year to you too as well, thank you. Don't know how long y'all have been watching for, but, you know, currently fixing up a Fender Hotrod Deville that a customer ever so graciously gave to us because it died many years ago and he left it in storage in his place for ages. Now that he's moving, he doesn't want to lug it because the damn thing weighs a ton. Seriously, this thing is so heavy. 410, 60 watts. I mean, great for gigging with, but, man, it's going to give you a hernia. Badly. You know what? I think that's about it, actually, for the solder joints. Wait a minute. No. No, 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 no. Huh. What the hell? Okay, you're not going to see that, but there's actually a... Huh. Okay, that is wild. That's actually a, wow, that's a factory unsoldered resistor. Okay, I've seen this kind of thing actually happen previously in like the US ones. Like, sorry, not the US ones. Well, yeah, the US ones, but like the old ones from the 60s and that. You see like occasional videos of them being repaired, and there's one that's actually that's missing. I'm actually going to quickly pull out the good old-fashioned iPhone and do a bit of a quick and dirty video here with it. I'm going to attach a second lavalier on here. That can go there. That can go there. Now, come here. There we go. Come here. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. That can go there. Cool. 2 lav mics. Why not? Just because I can. Alright, there we go. Let's go to video mode. Working on a Fender Hotrod Deville, and this one was given to us by a customer for free because it died many years ago and it was in storage at his place and moving house, didn't want to carry it. Doing the usual fixes, making it better, making it more reliable and that. But what I've actually found is if we look inside here, if we look right there, alright, I'm going to zoom in. That's an unsoldered pad from factory. There's no flux, there's no nothing there. That's never been soldered. Huh. First time I've seen that on one of these. I've seen it previously on Marshalls, but not on a PCB Fender. Old school eyelet board ones, yeah. So, you know, this is the kind of thing we always want to keep an eye out for when we're doing repairs on amps and the likes. Because if we send it out, that could cause no end of a headache. There we go. That can go up on the YouTube Shorts and the Facebooks and the Instagram Reels and all that stuff. And I'm going to now solder in that resistor that should have been soldered from factory. Okay, so come on, in we go. There we go. Nice. Come on. That might actually not happen. That might actually have enough corrosion on it that I might actually have to do something else with it to get it to work. Come on. Where's my solder braid gone? Solder braid, there we are. Solder wick. That can go there. Let's just quickly do it. I might have to put a fair chunk of flux down if that's not going to do it, because this particular solder is very good for use on corroded bits and pieces. What was the formula of this one again? This is a C511 C511 Loctite, aka multi-core. Really good for use on like old crusty amps and stuff like that that of course we happen to be working on. I'm going to grab a little bit of my flux pen. There we go. Flux pen, good stuff. load up a bit of flux in there, and it's kind of like using a paint pen type thing. So we use a little bit of this. Go on, stay in there. That just helps us to dose just a wee bit, just in the section we need, just to wet it up. There we go. Bit of that, bit of this, we should be golden. That's better. That's a much better solder joint. Cool. Okay, so I'd say they are all in good condition, ready to go. Can all just be put back into there. And go away there. Alright. Stay. Alright. Nope, stay. Damn thing. There we go. Okay. And a happy new year to you too. Onion. I don't know, however you say it. Have a good new year yourself. Everyone knows this is going to be a very, very long year. Not just because of the fact that it is a leap year this year, but also because, well, I don't know. 2023 has been a year. It has been many years in one. Not the most pleasant of experiences, but you know, it is what it is. Go on, get there, get in there. Go on. Come on, you. Oh my god, seriously. Ugh. Trying to find this. Where is it? There's my other tool. There we go. That one there. That one there. That one there. Up in there. Come on. Come on. There we go. Lock that in place. Stumpy driver. Stumpy driver for the win. That one there, that one there. Tighten that one up there. Another screw. Another screw. Open that. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Go in there. Don't tell me we're doing this thing, are we? No, there we go. Thank you. Seriously. We're doing that. Damn thing. Standoffs for the tube sockets have decided that they're gonna... Oh, hello. Am I about to die? Oh man, I gotta replace these wireless things. Even though I'm a Sennheiser dealer, I would not recommend anyone to get the XSWD set. The battery life on it is terrible. Like, they just do not want to play at all. It's an absolute nightmare, these things. Come on. Get in the hole. Get in there. Oh my god, seriously. Come on. So I'm probably going to have to wrap up the streaming soon, because I'm going to lose audio. Because apparently these only want to go for like an hour and a half, if that. How sad. Yeah. No, the Sennheiser uses a standard USB-C charger, but the problem is you can't charge them at the same time as you're using them. They will not do that. So yeah, I need to go get either a DJI mic, which is, you know, a really good sort of setup. Potentially the new Rode wireless Go's, which look really promising. Or even the the new Zoom ones, because there's the Zoom ones that have the auto recorders in them that are 32-bit floating audio, which is great because you can't clip them. But you know, I don't know. I'll play it by ear. It all requires money, of which I have very little of right now. It has been a very, very, very quiet year this year. There we go, you mofo. Standoffs are bloody sliding all around the place. Come on, get in there. Get in the bloody socket. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Damn thing. That's better. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Ugh, that's annoying. Stupid plating. Come on. There we go. Standoffs for these tube sockets are a pain in the ass because I don't want to stay where they need to be. And actually go in tight. There we go. Thank you. Mofo. Thank you. And then one at the back there. Come on. No. Well, of course it's not going to grab on there because the socket isn't where it needs to be. Ugh, how annoying. Okay. Come on. There we go. Let's see if this works now. Come on. There we go. Damn thing. Aha! Success. Finally. How annoying. Okay. I'm gonna step it back. Oh. Ugh. Long live digital amps for this purpose. Oh man. No, stay. God damn it. Come here. Come here. There we go. Plenty tight enough. There we go. Good thing is, you know, mounting PCBs and mounting hardware inside amps, it doesn't have to be like ridiculously over the top tight. As long as it's enough to hold the stuff in place and not loosen itself with vibration, then you're good to go. Now, these screws have lock washers on them. Does what it needs to do. There we go. So that one there. Just finger tight with the shaft. Plenty enough. Oh, again with the itchy nose. Oh, hay fever. It's going to drive me insane, I swear. Come on. Here we go. There we go. So, there we go. Now that crappy screw is going to be replaced. Last thing I want to do is put another crap screw back in this amp, so the next person who needs to repair it, potentially me, is going to end up fighting it. No thanks. Scott Brockway, and a Happy New Year to you too. Oh no, oh wait, yeah, no, I've still got some audio. Unfortunately, I'm kind of not too far away from actually running out of battery in my audio devices. It would appear I'm down to like my last X period of time, which is a real pain in the ass. Like Sennheiser. No, the socket board, the tube socket boards on the Deluxes and the Devilles aren't that bad. So they got a little bit more of a logical kind of layout to them, and yeah, they don't quite burn out or short out in the same way that the Blues Juniors do. So the Blues Juniors are the ones that crap out all the time, which is why guys like Brad and that have made replacement boards that are far better. Yeah, they're a lot more reliable, but they do still have kind of have some foibles to them. So, for example, this one had some dry solder joints on there. So the dry solder joints on those sockets were cracked, which may be what caused some of the intermittency and issues. So looking at the tubes here, like this is what I was talking about when I first opened the stream and doing the assessment, was these are the tubes that came in the amp when it was ever so kindly donated to me. So zoom in. So that one there you can see is a little bit kind of worn out. A little bit brown on the outside, not great. This one, however, whew, completely shot. So it's cooked on that side, and it's cooked so much on this side that it's actually got deposition on the inside of the glass. You know, there's the getter up top there, and there's the flash, but it's actually like completely just liquefied the cathode onto the inside there. It is, to quote the great Aussie proverb, cunt's fucked. There we go. Switch back over to there. No, over that one. There we go. Yeah. So that's you know, if the solder joints on those sockets are that bad, then you're going to get intermittencies on the grids, on the plates, on the screen grids, on all of that. So the end result will be one going like thermonuclear and the other one running at like, you know, 12% plate dissipation, which may have been what's happened on this one. Yeah, so that board, reflowed the solder joints on there, sorted them out. I've got to replace some of the screws on it though, because yeah, some of them have completely stripped out heads on there. I don't know if someone's tried removing the board previously and either hasn't had a screwdriver that can fit in this kind of thing and gone in on like an angle to try and get it to sit, and failed miserably whilst doing so. So they've ended up stripping out those screw heads. Oh man, dusty, 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 dusty. All right. So that's the shit one there, which can just stay behind. That one's okay. Stay on there, you. Little slip calling. Do. Yeah, I mean, they're a bread and butter amp. At this present second, I'll take anything to work on right now because it has been abnormally quiet for me here, unfortunately. The joys of having a large portion of the business being retail and having to move the shop as many times as I have over the years is that it's been inconsistent. Now that we're here, being affected by all the interest rate rises and all that, you know, I will work on these with no qualms whatsoever because I can just turn my brain off, go about it. I know them inside and out. Not the hardest things in the world to work on, as opposed to some of the other ones that are coming out where I've got to do complete circuit traces on them because there is no service documentation for them. That's right, we're talking about classic vintage Aussie amps. Oh god, they are they're interesting, but oh, they're a nightmare to work on. And then bend the chassis screws on the side. Yeah, seriously, how? Like, how do you manage to do that? I just, And of course, you get the ones where they try and wrench out the back panel and just snap it in half. Where it's like, just loosen it off a bit, guys. That's all you got to do. A little bit loose, and never happens. That one there. Ow! Stay. Come on. Get in the hole. I said get in the hole. Thank you. Woogie. Is he still around, old mate? Like, he's out in South Australia, and he did the clones of, like, the Mesa circuits and whatnot. Like, does he actually still do it? I have no idea. Oh, yeah, mofo. Thankfully, I have guitarist fingertips, so I didn't make myself bleed that time. That's nice. Alright, so let's loosen that up a bit better. Come on. In the middle. Stay. Well, whilst you guys are here, if you haven't already, if you could, like, hit the like button, because surprisingly that stuff does help. This is the year that I'm finally actually going to follow in the footsteps of those far greater than I am, of course being, you know, Brad and Lyle and some of the others out there, and actually start doing more of the YouTube stuff. I got a couple of videos that I have shot. I've just got to do the editing and that. Obviously, and I did an interview with the owners of the new Sun company, which is great. It was done a couple of months ago. I've got to get that finalized and put out because it was an interesting chat, being able to discuss like the technical side of the company and that, not just, oh, when are you going to bring out like the the new Model T reissue? Nobody cares about that unless like you're a very particular kind of person who spends more money on chuff than they do on food supplies. Most people who are in like into watching channels like this want to kind of hear about what's the repairability like, what was the design ethos, are they just going to bring the brand back and sort of like just slap whatever on it. What city am I in? I am in good old Sydney. So Brad and I are both in Sydney. He's on the very far outskirts of pretty much the foot of the Blue Mountains type area, so Penrith, whereas I am here in Sydney. So I'm like right in the centre of Sydney in a place called Enmore. So across the road from me is the Enmore Theatre, which is like a medium-sized venue. You have acts there, like for example, we've had Living Colour and Extreme played there the other week. There's oh god, Brainwork had acts like Deacon Blue, Marilyn Manson plays there, all those kinds of acts, right? It's that kind of mid-sized venue. So I'm here on this road, and this is like kind of like the heart of the music scene in Sydney. Used to be a lot more acts here in the past, a lot more venues, but they did close over the years due to the unfortunate greed of developers, of landlords, and by successive state governments deciding that pokies were more important than entertainment. Yeah, it's a bit far, but then again, I mean, I get stuff sent in from like all across the country because of my very particular kind of broad expertise. So, I work on guitars and amps just like Brad does, but I also go into the realms like synthesizers and stuff like that, analog, digital, whatever. In my queue at the moment, I've got a Korg Poly 6, a Roland JD800, Korg Lambda. What else? Krumar Multiman, like one of the first generation early multi-string synths from like 1974. What else have I got? Korg MS-10, Korg X911. Couple of Casio CZ5000. So I get some people contact me about that stuff because there's not many synth techs left in Australia. So unlike in the US where you got 500 million of them, here in Australia we got sweet FA left. What have I got here in the screw set side of things I can use to replace that with? That there's the same size, is it? No, not that size. Button head screws. Button head. Machine screws, thank you. Too big. That might do it. Okay, coarse thread. No, too big, too small. Too big, too small, too big, too small. Too small, too small. Nope. Ow. No, too short. Yeah, bastard. No, too small. That about right. There we have a winner. Nice. That should do the job. A different colour, but whatever. Anyone cares about the colour, they can kiss my ass. Lock washers. Any tiny ones. Tiny one. That'll do. Spring washer. Fine. Portland, Oregon. Well, I don't know the exact ins and outs of the US and how charming of a place it is to live there beyond the realities of I probably couldn't handle being there. The concept of living in a place where there's no universal healthcare is absolutely terrifying to me. But part of it as well is that there's a very wide range of stuff that you've got to learn. With with old synths, you've got to understand not only old analog type stuff like old VCOs and similar topologies and filters and that, but then like the 80s and the 90s came along. It's all digital stuff where guys who were learning it back then who were 30 then are now like 80 plus. This information is written down in books and very hard to digest unless you learn from someone, and a lot of these guys never really kind of picked up anyone to pick up the mantle. New guys can sit there and they can, write everything out in C++. They can do all the fanciest microprocessor control stuff, digital things, FPGAs and that. But you put them in front of a 6502 or a Z80 based system, and they're going to have to do a lot of reading before they can understand it. It kind of goes the same with amps as well. Like amps, tube stuff, it's a bit easier. There is more info. And in the US, there are far more people who have like an education in electronics or an interest in like ham radio and that versus here in Australia. You got the Army and the Navy over there where there is a lot more of that. In Australia, not so much. So you've got a very underfunded public education section for that. And you've got even when they do, like I had a conversation with some other techs I know the other day, and I was surprised that none of them, when they did their degrees, which were like higher than mine, because I only did an advanced diploma, none of them knew what an OTA was. None of them knew what transconductance was, like in the course. Whereas that was taught to me in my course because it was more of a hands-on, like repair side of things. So a lot of new guys, they don't know that. They don't know what transconductance is. They don't know like how an OTA works. They don't know like how to use a JFET in a signal application typically. But they know how to sit there and like lay out a board for like a 5 gigahertz signal and how to like put together like 35 blocks on a diagram, because most everything is all like all these little specialist modules now. So, I was lucky. I had a apprentice previously. Not these days, but being able to pass on that information to him, because I learnt it from fixing stuff up myself and learning from sort of older people in the tech. And yeah, keyboard stuff is a pain in the ass. Like going back to what I was saying earlier on the stream, don't know if you guys were here for that, but I got this amp given to me today by yesterday by a customer for free. Found it while he was moving house and all that kind of jazz. He had it for years. It stopped working. And a couple of days ago, I bought from Cashies, which is a pawn shop chain over here in Australia, a Korg Poly 6 that wasn't working. True to form, as with any of them, if you know anything about synthesizers and stuff, they have a NiCad battery rechargeable on the CPU board that stores all the presets. They go bad and they decimate these boards to the point where there's guys now actually making modern replacements for them that drop in. I am one of the luckiest people alive because this board didn't have that. It had a little tiny bit of leakage here. The battery was bad. Lost a 7.4 series logic chip there, 7.4 LS08, so quad AND gate. Easy fix. Couple of small traces that have a bit of corrosion. Easy. Clean them up. Bypass them with Kynar wire, rerun them. Yeah, sorted. But like something like this, to troubleshoot it, to work on it and that, it's ancient technology. I mean, you've got the service manual, which is nice and detailed and whatnot, but unless you actually know kind of what you're looking at and like this old sort of tech, it's a very steep learning curve. Unless someone's kind of like showing you where to look, where to read and where to understand, it's going to be absolutely beguiling to someone who like maybe learnt electronics like through Arduino or through coding. There's not like the the 300 easy way like Radio Shack, Dick Smith, J-Car kind of projects type electronic folks these days. Even in like guitar circles, guys who want to get into pedal building and amp building, all of the groups are just filled with, I'm going to sound really harsh here, but absolute like dickheads who don't want to listen. They just want the answer, and they think that knowing automatically what these high level concepts are is going to make them understand everything there, rather than the best advice, which is pick up a book, learn the fundamentals, everything else is fine from there. It's like when you learn a language. You learn the basics, you learn, you know, the grammar, you learn the context, you learn pronunciation. The words and more advanced sort of stringing it together, that comes along later. That's easy. But you can't do it if you don't know the fundamentals. And the same goes with electronics. If you know Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, if you know how to use a multimeter, if you know what components are, if you know how to read them, if you know how to read a schematic, then suddenly you can now pick up books and read them and go, oh, I understand that. I know what this is now. Not, you know, oh, I just replaced the tubes in this, I pulled them out and put them in and new ones and they're still not working now. I was sure this was going to work. Without actually doing any troubleshooting. There's no, like, logical thought behind it. So, you know, there's a very small sort of subset of people out there who are willing to learn the base stuff and then grow from there. Some of the stuff that I know when it comes to electronics, if I just step this way out of frame, there we go. Ugh. I went and studied electronics engineering at TAFE, did an advanced diploma in electronic engineering. Never got to finish it. Business picked up. But, where is it? OTAs, yeah. That's the thing, like, the typical OTAs that are kind of used these days, so like the LM13700 series, they're still available. They're used in, like, a lot of filters and stuff. But back to what I was saying with, you know, electronics. I was lucky when I went to TAFE and learnt electronic engineering there because there was a lot of old teachers that weren't too far away from, like, retiring. They were around back in the 80s and 90s. They knew a bit about tubes. Not a huge amount, but they knew a lot about, like, old technology from that era. The main teacher that I had, a guy by the name of Greg, he was brilliant. He was an old Navy guy. And so he did have some experience with tubes, so he taught me how to, like, troubleshoot with an oscilloscope and that while we were there, because I aced all the tests. It was all easy. I was ahead of the class. So I brought in, like, amps and stuff to kind of, like, learn fixing whilst we were there, whilst everyone else was fiddling around, and he kind of taught me the basics of that kind of stuff. But then once I understood that, suddenly I could now pick up stuff like this. You know, quintessential classics in the, you know, in electronics repairs, right? The Art of Electronics. Brilliant bit of kit. Everyone should have a copy of this, even if you know what you're doing. Grab that, grab the workbook to go along with it, and just brush up your skills. I forgot how to bias a transistor the other day. Your best bet I went back to that. The other one that I like, which everyone has, you can get a digital copy online, but this is my copy, and this is very special. This is the original Radiotron Designer Handbook. Notice how it's green, not red. A lot of Americans will know this as being a red book. That's because over there it was printed by RCA and sold that way. Whereas the actual writer of the book and the original publisher was Australian. It was an Aussie guy. It was absolutely switched on legend. So this is my copy that I got from a gentleman who was an older gentleman, and his father was even older, and he'd passed away a number of years ago, and he was clearing out all of his old electronics engineering stuff. So I got a stack of wonderful old books here. So this is the 4th edition, you know, the quintessential one. There we go. Set up and printed in Australia. The original one. So this is where you can go through. If you understand the fundamentals and the basics, you need a little bit more sort of advanced reading to be able to understand it, but then you can start going through and learning more about the old technology. And then you could pick up, like, copies of, Merlin Blenco's classic books, the, Designing Tube Amps. There we go. Stay. There you go. Designing tube preamps for guitar and bass, and I picked up his 2nd edition of Designing Power Supplies for Tube Amps because it's interesting. I find it thoroughly interesting. I didn't get a chance to pick up the first copy because he didn't print it because there was apparently some major typos in there. So be it. But understanding the fundamentals means that you can pick up books like that. Means you can pick up ancient, like, 80s textbooks that have stuff in there about how to troubleshoot old electronics, about how old logic and digital stuff worked. You know, a lot of people don't want to listen to that. They don't want to listen to anyone, you know. Let's see, back to what have we got here on the comments? problem solving is a skill. Yes, it is, and it is one that a lot of people absolutely lack, and they lack the logical flow through of it. You know, if X, then Y. You know, sometimes you got to follow through, and sometimes it is advanced stuff. Like I've got a deluxe reverb here, real simple. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. All right, is that working now? We coming through? Oh man. Let's see. I've got coming through there. There we go. Might be a bit. Yeah, this is what I was saying before about the Sennheiser type thing. So let's go back to where I was. Distracted from work. Yeah, no, I'm not bothered. It's a day off technically. I'm just here testing stuff. Let's see. Yep. Nah, it's because these stupid buddy Sennheiser pieces of crap. All right, I'm gonna have to. I'll get some proper wireless stuff again this week. Yeah, it's because it's only outputting on one side because the way that it's set up. The way that I had it previously was so it would output to both channels, but that's not happening now. Whatever, it's fine. I'm pretending to hear his voice in a French accent. Je n'ai pas parlé de français très bon. Qu'est-ce qu'elle veut? Etc. Etc. Yeah. So, what was I doing? Yeah. What time is it anyway? Oh, yeah, it's like 10. It's 10 to 5 here in Sydney. 10 to 5 p.m. and I'm just killing time until the missus finishes work at 6 p.m. So yeah, let's see, is that okay? So I've got going out of channel 3. So should I? Let me just see. That should all be going out of mono properties. Okay, just advanced audio settings. Yes, that's fine. Balance. There we go. Mono. Check 1 2 1 2. That should hopefully fix that a little bit better. There we go. All right. So yeah, now back to good old-fashioned mono audio. What was I going to say? Yeah. So learning from those kinds of old books and that comes in handy. ESR meter to help check definitely has old cardboard caps and such still in it. Yeah. As undoubtedly all the others have said previously, and I will also say, don't even check the ESR of those caps. Get rid of them. They're old. Those caps were around back when, asbestos-filtered cigarettes were all the rage. Like, they're not worth it. Pull them out, put in some new ones, and that's definitely going to help with, first of all, longevity, noise floor as well, because the new ones are going to be tighter tolerance and sort of better quality and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, what do we got there? Something about electrical storm. Yeah. You know, if we're talking about like old, yeah, I mean the old blue caps are usually pretty good. If you've got like if you've got stuff like arcing, like popcorning, kind of lightning in a bottle signal, then I'd probably be checking. The first thing is screen resistors, because that's pretty common, especially the old carbon comps. The old carbon comp resistors, they start arcing internally as they get little fractures. So, you know, I'd change them out personally anyway, because they can have issues. Check your plate resistors along the line as well, because if you've got a plate resistor that is out of tolerance or bad, then that could also be causing it too. You know, tubes, obviously, if you pull all your preamp tubes out and leave the phase inverter in and the noise is still there, then you've at least isolated it to sort of those two parts of the circuit. They're kind of like the first things that I'd be checking. Usually, if you've got old carbon comps, the thing that actually can help with troubleshooting a lot is freeze spray. Freeze spray is great because when you turn it on and it comes up to temperature, if you basically find those sort of common components and use the freeze spray on it and freeze it on there, you should hear a distinct change in that sound. So basically, as you freeze it, the crystalline structure of the component will shrink back down again, and that should cause a reduction in that noise quite considerably. Might even stop it for a second or two until heat comes back up. So it's a really useful bit of testing material there. Freeze spray. You can go to any like electronics store, or you can go to like a computer store, and if you get a can of compressed air, hold it upside down, that will become freeze spray. But you're better off having actual like proper freeze spray for it, because then you can kind of aim it while the can's upright and get it into the right sort of point there. Cool, so I've got those screws back in, they're all fine. I'm going to clean this board of flux. Can't really do any Duvelacker, brain, come on, work, do the thing. Can't do any soldering while I've got a cable floating and hovering over the top of what's going on here, so I can plug in, that can charge. Stupid bloody useless wireless mic junk crap thing. Oh, that one there too. Cool. Hey, why have I got that there? I just pull that and plug it into that one. There she goes. The worst part is that they've got USB-C connections on them, but they're like low current whatsies. So. Scott, see ya. Enjoy dinner. That's a very late dinner. God, it's like almost dinner here. Okay. Now, yes, isopropyl, and a brush. There we go. Badger hairbrush, thank you. 99% ISO, just to clear off the flux and residue on here from when I was soldering before. No. Getting rid of that flux residue there will help just make sure that there's nothing floating around that can go conductive, because it isn't ideal, because flux can't go conductive, it gets contaminated. It just doesn't look nice. You know, looks terrible. If someone goes in here after I've been in here, I want it to at least kind of look nice. I'm already, like, you know, neurotic as is in my own abilities and skills and such, and, you know, comparing myself to the greats of who's out there and wanting to make sure that I can at least sort of, you know, hold a candle to them. So every little thing that I can do to make that more reality, the better. There we go. Woo-wee! That's some strong smelling stuff. Very strong. There we go. Nice semi-stiff brush. A little bit of ISO. There we go. Cool. Nice. Alright. So that's all dealt with on that side. I can just hang down there. Ow. Oh. Isopropyl in the cuts on fingers. Not important. No, I was saying not ideal. That hurt. Damn it. Oh, got itchy. No, that's fine. Good. Oh, all right. Oh man. Okay. Go back over here onto the shelf. Oh, out of the way. Okay. That can go there. That can go there. That can also go up top there. All right. Right. So I'll just hang there. All right. So while I wait on these parts to arrive, hopefully not too far away in the future, I'm going to put this stuff aside. I'll put that aside and find something else to work on. That's there. So this is the HRD 410. Cool. Champions, you can't hear shit. Ended up a rodeo inverting, sporting animal cruelty and binge drinking. Did you go to Queensland? My God. It's alright, can't you like turn on closed captions and it like auto generates them or something? Pretty sure that's the way it goes. Wait, why do I not? What? I could have sworn that I said Brad is an admin. Did I not? There we go. That's better. There we go. That's better. I don't know what was going on there. Haha. Rock and roll. Alright. Now I'm going to try not to give myself a damn hernia getting this thing off the bench. Ugh, that's going to be unpleasant. So, that one there, that one there. That's there, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, you can translate Australian, mate. Yeah, we got this thing we do, we go about it, and there's absolutely no, you know. Honestly, if you want a real challenge of understanding somebody's language, try having a talk with a drunk bogan. Oh, of course, right. That'd do it. Yeah, having a chat with a drunk bogan is always a fun thing because consonants become entirely optional. It's just one long stream of vowels, and inevitably, somehow they manage to turn the word cunt into one vowel. Good Australia. It's probably one of the few times that you'll hear me swear on the YouTube channel is occasionally on streams and that, because I like money, so I will sell out my soul and do more, you know, consumer-friendly content on here because, you know, I want those fat stacks of, you know, YouTube bucks, all, you know, $40 a month I might end up getting. Hey, you know, $40 ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know, if I saw $40 on the ground, I'd bend over and grab it. Just hope that nobody comes up behind and grabs me in return. Oh, man. Oh, that weighs a ton. That's horrible. Whew. All right. That's done, that's done. Let's get rid of those caps. That tool can hang back up there. That one can hang back up there. That can go in there. That can hang up back up there. That can go away, that can go away, that can go away. That's all bin worthy. Bin worthy, bin worthy. In the bin. That can go down there too. That one, that one, that one, that one. And that one. Ah, there it is. There's me brush. Clear off my bench. Cow people are surprisingly slutty. Yes. Yes, they are. Just whatever you do, don't get into a conversation with a horse person, because horse people are fucking weird. I once dated a horse person. It was odd. They are like the strangest people. I think it's more of a Seppo thing than it is here, but you know, it's still they're odd, very odd people. Oh, there I go. Where is it? I've got to put those screws in there. Let's try that again. There we go. Wait. Yeah, up I get. Yeah, They're around horses all day. Yes, they are. I don't know, is there some kind of like a toxoplasmosis or something that happens with horse people, as it does with cat people? Not that I can really say anything, because I do have 2 cats, but, you know, that's a different thing. Okay, so I've done that, What was the next thing I was going to work on? Yeah, not really wanting to do that today, or that. That can be dealt with tomorrow. That's another thing entirely. Already done that one. Parts are on the order for that. That one there's fine. Maybe I'll work on that actually. That might do it. That might do it. That might do it indeed. Okay. Let me unclip my mic for a sec because I'm currently tethered to the bench. Cool. Let's work on something weird. There we go. Oh, hit your nose. Ow, right in the knee. Alright. There we go. And yes, there is a cable dangling in front, but deal with it. So I've got ourselves a Korg guitar synthesizer. Yeah, really weird, interesting bit of kit from the early 80s. So these were released around the same time as like the MS-10s, MS-20s and stuff. Go away, we are closed. Why are you calling on a public holiday? My God. People, seriously. No, go away. Not here, not talking. Not interested. Not buying. Yeah, so this is a Korg X911, and they do some really, really cool, interesting stuff, which is monophonic synthesis of guitar. However, the problem is, I got this one back working. It had an issue with the filter on it, so the filter wasn't doing what it needed to do. Now it is, but it's not doing the blend thing that it's meant to. So you're supposed to be able to blend between the 2 different sides. There we go. But alas, it is not doing that. So I've got to figure out what's going on. There we go. Just quickly. There. There. This is a guitar that is filled with dread. The workshop Telecaster has been destroyed. Catch you on the morrow, Brad. Yeah, Korg is good stuff. You know, like I said, I've got the couple of Korgs here, and because we import a lot of it from Japan, especially like a lot of busted stuff. Yeah, it's sort of getting that all working. Then we sell it, and we kind of make money out of it. So that's plugged in. That's there. I got power on that. Let's turn it on. Cool. Where's my power, you bastard? Hello? I would like power. Where's my power, eh? Bloody thing. Wait. Oh, that's right. Well, that part. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Alright. So, wait. There we go. That's probably clipping, but you know, I haven't set up the dual thing yet. There we go. Classic 80s tracking. So, there's the problem there, right? This, normally when you go over one side, should have all of that. Wakey wakey. So that's that side. Let's get rid of that. Yep. And so when I go to that side, I should just get this side, the bass. But I've got both going on. So there's something wrong with this balance control, because if I turn that off, I go over that side, not a problem. Bring it in, it's fine. Put it back over the other side, and I have both. So I'm thinking there might be something wrong with that, the slider, fader, that thing. I think there's something wrong with that, so I'm going to have to pull that apart and check out what's going on there. It is kind of fun sounding. It is so incredibly 80s. Very, very 80s. Wigs out entirely. Yeah, it does not like that. Alright, enough fooling around with that. Let's find out why it's gone funky. Alright, where's the service documentation? Finish 10. Okay. Alright. Service documentation. Schematics. Schematic. Schematic for that. Schematic for that. That's the housefly. That is the thing as well. There's the board layout. Is it? Is the board layout? Yeah. Yes, it is. That's board layout there. Exploded diagram. Those things there. Yep. Okay. Cool. Alright, that's the MS-10 that I'm working on there. let's kill that power so I don't kill myself on that. Let's get rid of that. Look at this. 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 Look at it. Alright, that's not it. No, not that. What's that? To balance variable resistor. Yep. No. Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright, so. Probably not going to be able to see this because of, you know, the fact that it is all teeny tiny and squishy and all that kind of stuff. Alright. But here's the service documentation for that. If we look up top here, signal out, output level, which is coming in from that there. So that's the balanced circuit in that section there. So what's happening is that that's the input signal there from the instrument signal. And coming down from up here is the synth VCF. So synth is going down that way. And that's coming in from the other side, which was the LFO and tromper and tuber and that. So this is the circuit for the side that is fading away, which is coming in on that section there. Let's just move that out of the way, actually, make it a bit easier. There we go. Alright. So the signal's coming in from two different points. Out of the way. There we go. Okay. Super. There we go. So the signal is coming in down here, around that way, passing through those series pass transistor there, into that one, and then going into this here, which is a, just looks like it's running as a level boost. Let's bring it up to the same point, and then to here, right? So it's outputting to that, and then that's going to be the output there, right? Signal's coming in from that one, so it's going in there and up there. So whichever one has the most being bled to ground is the one that's going through. So the equivalent circuit would basically be when it's turned all the way up, right? You know, so signal 1 goes in that way, right? Signal 2 goes in that way, right? So say, for example, ground is all the way up there, so all the way down the bottom, right? So the ground is closer to this one. This one's going to see, basically, you know, ground there all the way down. So it's going to go, nah, don't want to go through, going up to there, right? And then going via the resistor in that section there to output, right? Number 1 is going in, and that's now seeing all of that resistance across that, which is 1K to ground, before heading out via that mixed resistor there. That's a mixed resistor, that's a mixed resistor, meaning that that's got 1K to ground before heading out. We shove it down a little bit though. If we slide it to the other direction, that means input 1 and input 2 is going in like that, going in like that. That resistor now, between the two of them, at 1K, ground is now up here. Alright, so that means that signal is now going through the 1K resistor, the 1K resistor down there, which is now going to ground, and then it's going out that way. So that's how that's working. So what's happening is, as it's being turned to one direction, it's not grounding out that signal. Question is why. It's a bit of an odd thing because it's literally just that floating in between those points. So unless there's a crack on one side of that, which if there's a crack on one side of that wiper, for example, that means that that ground circuit there now is connected to that, but that's just jumping over, right? It might just be something simple like that. It might just be that we've got a crack on that little path there. If there's a crack on that, then there's no way for that signal to be grounded out. There we go. That's kind of how that's how troubleshooting works, right? So we want to troubleshoot that. We look at the schematic, we look at the section, we go, what's the fault? What's the problem? I've been talking into nothing, haven't I? Because the damn mic hasn't been on. You idiot. Right. So, right. In other words, let's just summarize this briefly because I'm an idiot. But we all knew that, didn't we? In troubleshooting this particular thing, yeah. Oh, there we go. So you could hear me a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So it wouldn't be the switch. It would be this, right? So that, if I open it up and check it out, is going to measure pretty well fine across it, right? There we go. So if I flip this onto its derriere, like so, right there. Ah, get myself all caught up. There we go. All right. So that's the trace there, right? Grab myself one of my multimeters. All right, there we go. Put it over that side. There we go. All right, multimeters. On we go. Cool. All right, so we're looking over this side here and here and here. There we go. You can go back there. So that's where that slider is. Let me look at my board layout. How's the traces and all that running? Give me the layout. Give me the trace. Give me the thing. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Come on. Not yet. No, that's not it. Right. Okay, so that's the slider there. So if we've got ground there, where are you? A little further down, there we go. Alright. So ground there, to that side, 0.684. That side, 3. Yep. Slide over the other way. Ground, 0.994. 0.7. Alright, so it is grounding out there. Ohms. 0.7K. You tricky. Oh my god. Okay, so wow, that is yep, that's a one. Okay. This is going to be almost impossible to show. All right, if I tilt this up, let me look right about there. Where my finger is, let's see, can we get that in? Let's see how good this zoom is going to work, huh? Right there. Okay, there we go. All right, so you might just be able to see that pad there, right? Right there. See how there's like a bit of a gap around it? That has broken off, it looks like. That may very well be the cause of why we're not getting that mix on there. Let's see if that fixes it. Let me see. Might be lucky. Maybe not. V17. V17? Which one's V17? Bitch. Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, VR17. Yeah, VR17, variable resistor 17, is the slider. So that's what that was. Okay, so get a little bit of a solder stuff here. Clear it off there. And get me some solder wick. Justly. Well, would you look at that? So there we go. Let's go into that. All right, so if we zoom right on in to this little point here, all right, right there. It'll take a moment and it'll focus. Come on, I see ya. There we go. That's the pad. So that actually was missing off the board. Over that way. Come on, over we go. There we go. So there's that pad there, right? A little bit of heat on there and off it came. So that means that that there is going to be the connection to that point, which if that's not working, then that would explain why we're getting no grounding out of that signal. Nice. I like it when things just work, and occasionally I can find a fault. It's good. Yeah, schematics, look, schematics are a great thing to learn. And the easiest way, honestly, to learn about schematics is to just read them. Read along with them whilst going through things. Put things together, kind of look at how signal flows there. There'll still be things that'll like confuse the hell out of you. There are still things that confuse the hell out of me. You look at them and they're laid out illogically, or it's weird, or it's like a circuit or topology that you just don't know. There's a lot of those that I've come across over the years. And yeah, it's just, yeah, we can only kind of do what we can with them. All right, let me get a little bit of wire, eh? Don't need to be huge, just needs to be long enough for it. Yep. Cut a wee bit off that side, and grab my T-Rexes. Cool. T-Rexes, grab that. Grab the needle noses, put a little hook on the end. There we go. Excellent. Alright. So now, wrap that over like thusly. It should give me a nice mechanical connection on that. Like so. It's kind of one of the bummers about a lot of these old boards and old devices is that they are fragile. You know, there's wires and traces and stuff on here that just will not kind of do, you know, a huge amount of extra work. Excellent. I suppose. Alright. Let's see with that. Should be able to go up to there like so. Right, strip a little bit off the end there. More. There we go. I suppose. Right. Okay. So let's see if that potentially solves our problem. Oh, squishy. Very, very squishy. Right. That goes there. On we go. No. Everything's everywhere. Give me a lead. Give me a lead. There we go. Alright. Lead can go there to the output. Thusly. Okay. There you go. Alright. The terrible telly. Lead can go there. Underneath like so. There we go. Alright. Come here. Damn thing. Alright. Inputs like that. Nice. Let's get some power. Power on. Okay. Hey. Nice. All right. Cool. So, there's still a little bit of bleed on there. I think that might just be the pot's a little bit dirty, so there might be a little bit of contamination causing like a little bit of bleed over it. Let's see what else. Nice. All right. See, I like it when a repair goes well. Switch it over to VCO. These are surprisingly fun. What's kind of cool is you can also pair them up with and use them with like a Korg MS series synths and similar. So they've got a frequency to CV converter in there. It's how they work with guitar. The MS-20 you can do the same thing, but this allows you to pair it up with any of them. But if you use like an external expression pedal, you can turn this thing into like the greatest wah pedal ever. So you turn it over to guitar, there we go. Turn off touch sound. There we go, turn off that. There's also a distortion mode, which is like the most wild, like industrial metal type sound. Blend in a little bit of the crazy low frequency. There we go. Yep, sounds about like you expect. So, what's cool about them is you got various different kind of like parallel processing things, two banks of them. This side and that side. This side uses either the guitar signal itself, either clean or distortion, which is like a really heavily diode clipped fuzz distorty type thing, or VCO, so it has a VCO similar to that side. Then this side has like preset like instrument type sounds that, right? So you can basically go, for example, a tuba, which is 16 foot, trumpet 8 foot, going up to flute, which is 4, and then each one has like its own little preset as to how it works. Trumpet and tuba, of course, they're like your yeah, typical kind of like a pulse width type sound. Change the tone of them. There we go. Go over to like violin, so you can make it so it'll swell in the longer the attack. Slower. Yep, lovely. Wigs out every single time. And then flute, of course. There we go, bringing the interval down correctly. Yeah, so it was interesting for the time. You know, there we go, mix in a couple of them. Mix in a little bit of the other side as well. Throw in some pedals and that, and damn! I have all except for one knob. There is one missing. So I've got to either find someone that does a 3D print or find someone that has a spare knob. Well, I'll just put whatever knob on there. Nobody really is going to care, you know. We live in the 21st century. It's just the way things are nowadays. Old stuff like this doesn't quite work. But yeah, so this will get cleaned up a little bit more, and then it'll go up for sale. So. Mix in a bit of that too. There we go. Yeah. There, and with the synth side, the VCO, if we go over to that, each one of those is the different oscillator in that section, right? So get rid of those, got none. Hush you. There we go. So we go, what's that? Pulse width, 16th. Whoa, that's fat. Whoa, that is a fat, chunky boy. The 16-foot. Another one, which is a downward sweep. I like that. Nice. Oh, actually, there we go. Yeah, it reminds me of the start of a MDFMK song. Yeah, nice. Mix that with the two of them. Add in an extra, there we go, the sawtooth wave. Can bring it in a nice slow sort of thing. There we go. Square wave on the 8-foot as well with a slow attack. Then we can add in a 4-foot as well, just to add a little bit more. And it's got another sort of sweep to it, so there we go. Blend in that side as well. Nice. Cool. So yeah, I'll probably do a demo on that at some point because I've got a few other things I've got to put up for sale and do demos on. But I'm glad that's mostly sorted. I'll give it a bit of a clean, sort it out. Wigs out like usual. Nice. Let's get rid of that and that and that. Okay, so we've got a bit of noise going on there. Okay, right, so that's a pot. Yep. Alright. So we've got some overarching noise here. Happens across both sides. Yeah, that might just be a whatsy bad pot. No, even better. This is an input jack. Yeah, there's something intermittent going on there. I think it might be something mechanical. But at least I've gotten that mostly sorted and mostly dealt with now, which is nice. It's a good thing. I am going to pack that up, pack this up, move this out of the way. There. Stay. Because I must go off and collect my fiance from work. Work in the old-fashioned 9 to 5 over at Apple on a day like today. But yeah, that was good fun. I might have to do that again in the future. Probably near future. I'll probably do the same thing again tomorrow morning. Why not? If I'm already here and working on shit, may as well. So yeah. So until the next time, I am going to say farewell to y'all. But yeah, thank you much for coming along and watching and listening to the rantings of a madman fixing stuff. So until next time, catch ya.